How is Chisholm striking out 50% of the time?
Chisholm, that's what Chisholm does. I mean, we
Yeah, but this is
Chisholm is a streaky guy.
I think he got very excited about all the talk about his cool new bat and his couple home runs to start the season. He got very hot in the first weekend, and then it's been like absolute crickets garbage ever since.
Well,
It's
put it this way,
really embarrassing.
He's going to strike out.
But the at bats aren't even competitive,
He
Mike.
struck out 152 times last year.
That kind of makes him an average player now. But but it's they're not even competitive. And how in the world does he have a 255 on base percent? I mean, it's just.
Well, let me ask you a question. If I told you that Grisham was going to bat 256 with a 324 on base, a 436 slugging, and steal 40 bases.
Grisham?
Yeah, no, it's not Grisham. Sorry. I'm talking about Chisholm. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
Right. So then you just got to live with the good and the bad, not to mention the fact that he's made, what are they, 10 games, 11 games into the season, and he's made half a dozen plays that there's no way in God's green earth.
No way. Yeah, I'm just upset because I'd like him to start using his speed. I mean, drop a bunt, hit a ground ball to third base.
He almost dropped a bunt.
Short. Yeah. Pull a Mickey Rivers and slap one over the second baseman's shortstop.
Well, that he's not going to do. That is not.
Why not?
Because that's not what he does.
It's foolish to me.
He will bunt. He will bunt, but he won't slap a ball.
But this is what I mean. Like, why not? Like, that would be. Can you imagine how great he'd be as a 300 hitter?
He's miscast as the cleanup hitter.
Oh, absolutely. Right? But think about him. How hard would it be? And it really, I don't think it's a hard thing. I think that he has the ability to do this, but he doesn't want to do it. But imagine if he was a 300 hitter, 400 on percentage guy, he'd steal 100 bases.
But he's not that. That's not who he is. He can't be something that he's not. You can't.
What if he could be?
You can't give a guy a skill that he doesn't have.
But how do we know that? It seems to me that he's got the legs to do that.
In his 6th year with the team, and a 6th year in baseball, and he's never done that. He's bunted, and he should be bunting more, but he's not going to bunt more because with Judge with on base 45% of the time in front of him, he's not going to bunt because the Yankees don't want Judge on the bases doing that kind of stuff. So the issue is he's missed.
Why don't they put him in front of Judge then? Why don't they put him? What happens if you move Chisholm to bat in front of Judge and then to protect him? Like, don't you think that they would probably give him a little bit more to hit?
I think that the belief is, and I actually agree with this, the belief is that batting Goldschmidt and Bellinger in front of Judge will give you better results than if Chisholm is there instead of, let's say, Bellinger or even Wells at this point. But Wells is not hitting, so we could take him out of the equation. I think right now, anytime Judge bats second, it's a mistake. If they're going to bat Goldschmidt at leadoff, and I think they should bat Bellinger at leadoff when it's a right-handed pitcher at this point, even though Bellinger is starting to slow down a little bit as well. He's only 206, and he hasn't really walked much either. But they think they're going to get more out of those guys. They do.
I'm sure they will. They better.
They do need.
This isn't going to work.
They do need a high contact, high on base guy at the top of the order. Right, Goldschmidt is doing that, but that's not Goldschmidt. I mean, that's just not the way the world works.
Can you imagine if